Hello and welcome back, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with Petty King Ordgar Ricket of Cornwall. We have a lot of maintenance work to do today. A lot of realm builder style things to do. So many things we have to get rid of. So many things that we have to make happen. So much stuff to do. We're going to start with this prisoner, this poor child. She can just go. Just go. I don't care. Just go. She's the child of a concubine, I guess. That's the thing they do up there in barbarian lands. They take women. And they don't even formalize it with a marriage. They just take them and keep them. It's barbaric, really. It's horrid. Last time we were up here in Wales. And we took Gwynedd back from the barbarians, liberating its people, and now we need to find some Welsh leaders. Our intent is to create 2 crowns and split the realm between our children, 1 crown for each. The younger boy will get Wales, and the older boy will get Cornwall. So in order to do that, we need to keep a heartland for him, 2 domains that are going to be his, and that means we're going to have to find some way to hold 2 more domains, or at least 1, so that our malice isn't terrible, but we don't have a way to do that right now. We will immediately, though, switch our wife over to manage domain because we don't need our diplomacy as much as we once did, simply because people like us better from the fact that our short reign penalty is now going away, and pretty soon we're going to get rid of those offensive war penalties. It'll be good soon. It'll be good. We're going to make it all work out. We're also going to have to stay in stewardship instead of switching over to learning, get down to the bottom of administrator, which will give us another one. The other thing that we should talk about here is, that might not be the best choice. How many is it to get to administrator? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could actually get to divided attention just as quickly. I mean, they're both very good. But this solves our problem completely, while this solves only half of it. We'll see where we go. 5 traits is a long way away, so it's going to be a long time suffering some domain problems because of this. We're going to have to manage it in every way we can. We'll have to sway people so they still like us and put up with less money. Got to do it, though, because we need to hold these for our son. If we don't hold them for our son, he'll have no landed territory in Wales when he takes it over. And that's just not acceptable. We're going to take the advice of one of our commenters immediately, and we are going to start using the character finder properly, something I avoid doing simply because I am lazy about it. And we're going to use this to find vassals. So we want gender, male, oops, Welsh. And then we want marital status, doesn't matter. No, none of the rest of this matters. We want them to be in top realm. I mean, we are independent, so we are our top realm. Inside diplomatic range. That should be fine. I guess we only want adults. And for some reason, unlanded doesn't do what I would expect it to do. I would expect it to show us the people we want, and if we pick not ruler, we get everyone anyway, so we might as well just do all. We're going to sort this by opinion of me and look at people who could be good candidates. This is my personal champion. This guy we found on the road. He's not the warrior he claimed to be, but he's not a bad fellow, I suppose. Stubborn, generous, and lazy. I don't think he'll be a problem for anybody who we put over him. And he does have the advantage of being one of the rare Welshmen that actually lives in my domain, so I can pick a wife for him. We're going to pick a wife for him for sure, because we should. Find inheritable traits. We're looking for a woman who's relatively young. One of our cultures that are acceptable because of our own belief system and lifestyle. We are adding French to the list. I think I may have mentioned this already, but it's basically like Welsh, Breton, Irish, Anglo-Saxon, probably Gaelic, and French because of our French connection. Those all seem like cultures that we would have connections to, so, and we have had in the story historic connections with all those cultures. So let me see. I just rolled right by her. This is a Welsh woman, so the right culture for the area we're going to be in, and she has pretty, which is great because it gives her a fertility bonus, so they're more likely to have kids. So let's make this marriage happen. We will have to let the marriage tick out, because if we grant the title before the marriage goes through, he may cancel it and marry someone else, so we need to make sure he's married first. Once he's married, then we put him down. I'm gonna put him on the Isle in Isman. Right there, gonna grant the title. I did not spend any time practicing the brand new Welsh words that we have up here, so they may not come out as well as other ones. I may just avoid saying them. I do apologize for that, but I didn't really remember that at the beginning of this session I'd be adding a whole bunch to my Welsh vocabulary, because it just didn't occur to me. Let's see. We're going to go back to the character finder once again by the amount that people like me, and we're just gonna go down this list. I think this guy's probably too old. Yeah, he's 67 and he's infirm, which means he won't last long. This guy's a 55-year-old Welsh albino, but we're preferring people who are already minor nobles. We're not looking to raise random peasants up. We're looking for people inside of our technical domain, either our own people or people under our vassals that, you know, their families should be risen up because of their, he's infirm. Sucks to be infirm at 58, man. This makes him a bad candidate. We have this guy. This guy is Alan's Chancellor. He is actually not terrible, you know? The better steward than he is a Chancellor. He's pretty learned. He's lusty, which means he's likely to have kids in spite of being somewhat older. He's temperate. He's humble. These places will all fall back to me if they don't get married in time, so I think this is a good idea. So we're just gonna grant him this. Then we need to find one more. We're probably starting to get down to the dredges, though. People who, I mean, really, we're just picking people. We want characters that exist already, though. We don't want to generate random characters. It doesn't make sense when there are potential candidates. He's vengeful. We're not putting a vengeful guy underneath our son. No, not even if he's an old man at the time. He's not an old man right now. Oh, there's this guy. He's a knight. He's a really good warrior. He is Alan's master of the hunt. We'll be robbing from Alan again. He's got weird white eyebrows. That's a little strange. Oh, he's vengeful again. So that disqualifies him. Yeah, we're running out of people here. What about this guy? This guy is cynical. He is stubborn, which isn't great. He's chaste, which means it'll be hard for him to have kids, but he's still young, which should make up for that. He's a decent marshal, but not a terribly good warrior. He's a traveler and a hunter. He's insular, but we have nothing against that. We'd be taking him from Lord Cuthred. We've got to talk about Lord Cuthred. You might have noticed that he's from House Perry. That's actually kind of cute. I think we'll pick him just so that we can get this done. We're at the point now where there's really no strong play reason to pick these guys, just that we would rather pick existing characters than generate new ones. So we have 3 new lords up here, 3 new Welsh lords to manage our new Gwynedd domains. So we got to talk about Powys a bit. Powys is a problem because we would like to get it because it's de jure to the kingdom, but we don't have any way to get it. We did check last time, I think. I'm gonna abandon the hook because I think well, I don't have stress. We'll watch this hook. If we have some stress before this hook runs out, we'll abandon it to get stress off of us. It could be useful. Got to remember we can do that. We want to get this title, like we want to get this into our domain, right? But we don't have an easy way to do so. There's 6 claimants, but as I said last time, none of them are highly motivated to resist. I think they're all like in the line of succession, people who have no reason to really come and help us out. This giant right here is his literal heir, so he's still a kid too. There's no way he'd help us. I don't know, maybe somebody will get mad at him, maybe he'll dispose somebody. Something could happen. There are some choices here. Maybe some things will shift around in the future. We'll see. We'll keep watching it. You know, we'll keep watching it. Maybe this guy sometime. Maybe if his situation turns worse than it is now. We could press his claim. But of course, he's a vassal, so we'll never get him unless he gets removed. Let's see. We have no way now. I'm not going to fabricate claims just to do it, because fabricating claims is dishonest. So I don't think our trusting character would do that, because he trusts, again, although trusting isn't actually honest, it is logically honest, because he trusts other people to do the right thing, which means he logically should be doing the right thing in order to validate that trust, right? So he should be trying his best to do the right thing, because he doesn't just trust other people to do the right thing, he also trusts himself to do the right thing. Let's just unpause and continue. The next thing we want to do is, I think we need to look at our knights here. We need to do a knight cleanup. So we need to go down here. Oh, we have a daughter now. All right. Well, let's give her... What is Baronfled's mother's name? Edfled. Edfled. Okay. That could be a good name for our daughter. That's fine. I'm just gonna... We're gonna have to clean our knights up. So everybody who is under 12 gets an X, so we can see how many knights we actually need to find. All these guys are already forbidden. You're forbidden. You're forbidden. My uncle doesn't get to fight. He's not good enough. We also need a successor here. And the guy we have is our caravan master, and we don't want to make him a knight because that puts his life at risk. Oh, something is happening in the background. Oh, Ale. Aethelwulf finally died, so last episode, we kind of talked down our old friend because we wondered why he just randomly quit as our hunt master. He didn't randomly quit. He became infirm, which means he's no longer valid. So my speaking against him does not at all reflect his actual position with me in the court. So she's married now. She's taken the position. Countess Wolfwaru is now in control. She may be a duchess someday. Maybe. We haven't decided exactly what we're going to do about this. I don't know. I don't know that I would give it to this guy. She holds more territory, which means she'll hold it more strongly. So I don't know. We'll decide that at the time. There's a lot down here in the Huberth that we have to figure out too. Like, there's many candidates here, especially if Arthfael dies before we get there. But I will say one thing about Arthfael. In spite of the fact that he's scarred and one-legged and infirm. Oh, he's now infirm. He's still fine because he went down whole of body. That's pretty good. Right? Like, he's still holding it together. He's melancholic, though. He's 68 years old. It's getting a little close for this guy. We'd have to make a lot of prestige in a short time for him to actually get the title. And then we're gonna have to decide exactly who we give it to. So we don't have a marshal anymore. We could put Alan back in it now that our relationship is repaired. That seems like the most logical thing to do. I'm, in fact, going to do that. We will never know, I don't think, whether or not Alan tried to murder us, and we really aren't interested in finding that out. He came to us and it begged for forgiveness, and we forgave him, so that's enough. He's now back in his position on the council. It was definitely his wife. Yeah, it was assistance from wife. I knew it. If I just moused over it, I would have seen it at the time, too. The reason why he drops to 11 when he goes on hunts is because assistance from wife is giving him a 15. That's smart. The AI is doing a much better job at getting people to take those benefits. Arthfael, on the other hand, now that he's infirm, is not as good as his job as he once was, which is... It's not so good, you know, it's not so good. What can you do? I've made a shy man, my best friend, the shy man, a diplomat. Oof, that's okay. We know he can do the job, even though we know it probably causes him a lot of stress, poor guy. What else were we gonna do? Right, we're trying to clean up our knights. We are in a desperate knight position. We're missing 4 suitable knights, so we'll have to probably call for knights, but we're gonna do a marriage check first. Anything else here that wants? We will be getting this Jarldom as soon as we can, but we cannot get the Kingdom of Wales until we are ready to elevate ourselves to the Kingdom of Cornwall, because this will invalidate our ability to use the decision to become the King of Cornwall. I mean, we could use the regular decision, but I mean, the whole point of this, the whole point of wrestling this stuff out was to actually use the special decision to become the King of Cornwall, not the regular kingdom decision. That was kind of like the point. I have a hunt available. Last time at the end, we talked about how I might sponsor horse races, and I think that's a cool idea, but I don't think we're going to be doing it today. We should do a hunt, though, because we want to do those all the time. We do like hunting. So we got a short journey here. We don't need these mercenaries. We can risk a spot of danger. Turn these all the way down so we can have an intimate party. An intimate party just saves us money. So many of the people in our territory are hunters, so they qualify because they're hunters. And that's great. Friends, lovers, spouses, hunters. So that's good. Our intent is going to be to slay the beast. Confirm that. We'll start it right away. We are also going to, just to make it official, we are going to disband these pikemen. And then we are going to build our very, very first huscarls, just so that we can prove that it is our intent. Plus, this place has gotten great. It's plus 18 when we put them in there. That's a pretty good bonus, to be honest, this early. It's only 9:17, so we barely got underway. I mean, on the timer that the game covers, not on our playing. We've been playing for quite a while. And we need to invite knights. We got so much prestige, we might as well do it. We don't have a lot of money, but we are making it quite fast, so that's fine. And then the last thing we were going to do, we said we were going to do it first, but I guess we changed our mind. We're going to check for wives, so we're looking for adult, all, marital status, unmarried, and then we need I have completely forgot how to get one of the things that I want to put in here. I think this is fine. I feel like there's a way to tell it to only show us courtiers. Books, imprisonment status, gender, adult, ruler, diplomatic range inside, court. So we don't have many unmarried court people in our court right now. We have this melancholic Bavarian lady. She's tough though. I mean, if we get her some kids before she gets too old, they might make good future knights, so she's a good candidate to marry to at least one person who has a good prowess. Again, we are limiting ourselves in this list. The very top person on the list happens to be Welsh, though, and that is definitely in our list. It's 43. He also has a good trait. Excellent prowess. I think there's no reason to keep looking down the list. Oh, he is wrathful, but I don't know that we've considered that to be a terrible trait in a knight. He's lusty, which means they're more likely to have kids. He's generous. So let's do this. There we go. So we got one knight from one of our courtiers. I'm going to just go over our court using this just for a second so we can look at all the kids in it. We didn't need to do that. We should have done it by age and then stayed at the top. This is our daughter, our son, our player heir. Is this the girl? It's the infamous girl who called us out twice. She is. She's ready for a guardian too. Somebody suggested this is a new recording session, which you can probably tell because that's the second time I've talked about comments, and they always get talked about the most in the first episode of a new recording session. This is the girl who called us out twice. Like, it feels right. I remember her name starting with S. I could check. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do a rare thing, and I'm gonna put a hard pause here, and I'm gonna look at the last video and see if it's her before we go any further. 100% verified. This is the mystery girl who spoke when she was yet an infant to me. So we are going to assure that she gets a good education. We want her... We're going to trade her for intrigue? And we're gonna find her the best intrigue. We don't need to have this on anymore. The best intrigue person we can find. No, like that is always a risk, accidentally betrothing children when you're trying to educate them, because you just pick the thing beside them. So who can we have her train under? Let me see. There's her. The problem with putting her under her is that we want that position open for our son if she has any good stats for him. We don't actually have that many good spy masters. Let's see if there's any good spy masters in the domain. One of the ways we can do that pretty easily is to go to Council Spy Master and then sort to Spy Master here, and it will show us anybody who qualifies for the job. We don't have anybody really good at all. There's her. She doesn't need to have a perfect teacher. How's her mother? Terrible. How's her father? Not terrible, but not great. He's also Anglo-Saxon. I guess she's Irish through her mother, yeah. I mean, we did have one marryable man when we looked at the previous list. Where was he? He was one of the guys who's leaving, who I didn't marry off because I didn't care since he was leaving. I could try to marry him. He's an excellent French spy master. A Breton or a Lioness person would be better. To the point where it might be better to put them under somebody who has one of those cultures, even if they're not super good. You know, we're not trying to find a perfect guardian for her, right? We're becoming obsessed with the child. We don't. It's happening again. Listen, just as long as we see that she has a decent educator. No, we're terrible at it. We're terrible at it. No, we're not educating her ourselves either. That's crazy too. Just this. She's Franconian. That's no good. This is an Anglo-Saxon. So this is our best person who happens to also be a Lioness. So let's have him train her. Let's convert her culture and her faith, because we are that kind of guy. We absolutely need to be sure that this child is as close to us in life as possible. We just need her to be okay with us, right? Just be listen, you need to be okay with us. Of everybody right now, you are the person, other than my children obviously and my vassals and every other person, but you're the person other than every other person who most matters to me. So you just educate her well, make sure she becomes very good at being a spy master, and that her culture and religion changes so that she stops hating me. So we have, this is House Avon. This girl. We don't know what she's gonna pick yet. We'll just pick for her. Find her a guardian. We just want to educate our children so that they turn into more useful adults for us in the future. Again, we don't want to use her up because we want her second slot to go to our son if possible. Lioness over Welsh. Don't have anyone great. That's fine. I guess we'll just hand her off to our Master of the Hunt. He's not great at... Nah, he's okay, and he has this. He'll do fine. You train this girl, please. Do we care about... No, he's Anglo-Saxon. We don't want to make her Anglo-Saxon, so please do that. Let's find a guardian for... These guys all have my crest, so they're obviously my kids, and that's the only children here right now, so that's good enough. So we have all the children being trained. Especially the strange speaking infant is now going to be looked after. We're going to turn her into a into a child and then an adult of mystery. Fresh start. I can't wait. Another hunt. It's nothing like a hunt to just like get everything going, you know? Excellent. Soon. soon. We only have about a year before our situation becomes much worse because of holding those domains. I really don't think there's anything else I can do. A knight has arrived. Who is this guy? He fits the category. He's Norse. We can't afford him. But when we have more money, we might consider him. There it is. We now have treasured knowledge. So I'm not going to be chasing the tops of these. I'm not going to go to bureaucratic. I think there's a lot of things up here I'd like to pick. I think we could try to push to shared ideas at some point. I don't know if right away, but I'm also liking faithful magistrates. I think is pretty cool. We could push for that. I also have some attachment to taking the first couple of ones under glory. Maybe just to here. So yeah, we may not continue this to the end. We may. I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking about doing other things, is basically what I'm saying. But we don't have a decision to make about that right now. Let's continue to do our hunt. I'm gonna uncenter this so I can see my pop-ups a little better. Okay, let's get out there. We are hunting a heir. Oh, that's We could probably afford a success chance decrease to get something a little bit better. We'll do a wolf. I mean, I think we're good enough hunters at this point that we should be okay with that. So now we pretty much have to make that decision. We have two choices. We either top administrator, which is what he wanted to do. I mean, we're going to fill them both in eventually anyway. Let's just look at what we get this way. Vassals are less likely to join independent factions. I think my vassals are pretty well managed. Soon forgiven. There's less tyranny. Positions of power. That's more counselor opinion. Honor to serve. Defensive measures is really nice if we expect wars to happen. Plus you can purchase truces, which could be really great. Levy reinforcement rate. Popular figurehead is undisputably one of the very best traits in this whole section. Just cancels tons and tons of uprisings, just because once they have positive popular opinion, they no longer want to rise up against you. This solves my problem better, but this is what we started with. I think we're going to continue down here, because it solves our problem, at least for the most part. So we're going to grab positions of power, then we'll head down here, we're going to hit administrator. Stick with our original plan, it's fine. Okay. Continue with our hunt then. I mean, I have been taking these sometimes just because we're trying to get learning knowledge. This is a bit of stress, but I think that's okay. I don't like decreasing when we're already at the bottom though. Get back on your horse, which increases our chances, also stress, but it also gives me prestige. Do feel a touch bad about telling off Uncle Fervirden. I think we get back on our horse. I think we're taking these things very seriously right now because we're trying to become the greatest hunters ever. It's also going to give me stress, but I do have a card up my sleeve for a bad stress situation that I've been kind of holding, and it's going to run out its value soon. So we may use that if the hunt doesn't succeed and give us a stress off. Plus, we want the success chance, right? I think we're going to do it. Again, we're trying to become a prestigious hunter. We're trying to emulate our grandfather and what we heard about our father. You know? Okay, we have finished increase county control in Cornwall. That means we need to do that someplace else. We'll start doing it up here in our Welsh territories. Another knight has arrived. Oh no, that's the first one. We're just looking at the same thing. What? Wait, what is this? I ended up... So I'm going to put a cut here. I ended up spending a long time trying to figure out a battle that was clearly just from last episode. So let's just get back to that hunt. Well, you know, you don't win them all. It's not possible to win them all. Trying to win them all is just madness. So let's leave the adventure behind for now. We lose 75 stress, which clears our stress, so we don't have to use our ace in the hole. We gained some prestige at least. The Knight of Might gained some glory, so that's not a bad thing. We got more experience in our trait. Yeah, that's good. We'll hunt again when we can, you know. We're still getting used to it. We're not yet ready to hunt at the level of our grandfather, who was getting 80% every single hunt. Let's see what the new thing up here is. Still have few knights. We need 2 more. I don't think, well, we're gonna see how they come in, right? Let's look over here at this. We have a feast available. We did not put this marker on, which is why we couldn't see it. Let's see if we can put together a worthwhile, inexpensive feast. Farms and fields, we could do it here because then we don't have to travel. That's pretty lazy, but still, we got the farms and fields here, so we might as well do it here, right? I would like... Let me see. I'm looking for befriend targets that are worthwhile here. Now this can be changed up until the point it starts. So we might try something a little different. Do we even need an honorary guest? Is there anybody who's a little... Yeah, you know, Countess Wolfwaru, we could bring her as an honorary guest just because we want to reestablish the relationship we had with her father. That's a good choice. I think we're going to use standard feast costs. We're going to go a little bit into debt by doing that, but it's fine. Ugh. They're not going to let us click it. It's right on the threshold, so let's get out of here. Let it run over for literally a second. Now it's going to say, like, you can have a feast now. Yeah, we were literally in the menu a second ago, my friend. Oxford is now a good place to have feasts, so we don't have to go anywhere. Pick her again. Great, close that. We're going to start the feast. We have a lovely time ahead of us. We instantaneously arrive. Of course we do. We're going to go over here. He probably won't because he doesn't like us that much. Oh, we can't. Oh, it's because we don't have travel time. Because we don't have travel time, it already started. That is a lesson for the future. Oh, he's not home. That's why, actually. He's not home. That travel time guess was just a guess. There's no way that that's the case. I should be able to invite people while I'm standing around waiting. And I know that I can. I don't know what was in my head there. So he must be at war, I think, by the looks of things, because he's in his armor. Let's look around and see if we can figure out what's going on with that. You know, it occurs to me that I may be spending a wildly unnecessary amount of time trying to figure out where someone is that I can't even invite to my feast. But I really did want to improve my relationship with Duke Renard, and not a lot of opportunities have occurred so far. And I don't just want to sway him. I was hoping to get him to come to my events and stuff. I don't know where he's at war. Maybe he isn't even at war. Maybe it's something else. I'm not sure. I can't really tell. It's difficult. Oh well. Oh, he's at war. He's at war. Someplace in the fog of war, he's at war. He's in a army. That's why he's not at home. That's fine. We'll do that later. I was hoping to invite him, but we'll do it later. She's riding on her horse real fast. There we go. She's pregnant with the heir to her titles, which, by the way, she should remember I gave to her father, so I'm the one who rose her up. She should appreciate that, I think. It's important that she remember what I've done for her and her family. Certainly wouldn't want her to forget it. All right, welcome, friends. She's quite pregnant. This is the broken table. So Iseult is who we're talking to. She is the new one, the lesser noble. She's the new lady with the huge genius and the guardian of our child. I like the fact that she's who they picked for us to talk to. I like developing a relationship with her. That's pretty cool. Countess Wolfwaru took it poorly and told everyone it was a grave injustice. She seems to have an attitude for someone who was on their rank not that long ago. I don't know. I guess she doesn't remember that time because she was an infant. All right, so we become friends with the lady who is training our child. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. I really do like that. Oh, somebody's affair has been exposed. This woman is having an affair with this guy. These are people I barely know. If anyone was going to find out it's good, it's me, because I'm not likely to do anything about it. We have this knight who's arrived. He wants 80 gold. I prefer this Occitan Catholic over that Norseman, so he might get hired. He's a good candidate. Once we have the money, we'll definitely consider putting him as a knight. And the feast continues. I accidentally paused it. My guests leave. As my guests leave, they seem to depart in good spirits. I'm also relieved that Leofhelm does not depart without saying farewell. We both knew we'd be seeing each other. We'll be seeing each other again soon. So this is one of my friends. Oh, nope, he's not a friend. He's just some guy that I like. Okay, that's cool. Oh, the woman that I divorced is literally dying of suffocation. Oh no, this isn't suffocation. This is the other one. She's allergic. We're gonna save her because we're obviously not gonna let someone die to our feast because they ate food they're allergic to. That's not our style in the least. It's not our style. We are going to actually do something immediately with her, which is we are going to abandon the hook, not to get the stress, but to get her to finally stop hating us. Just to get her to finally stop hating us. We're going to abandon that hook right there. Okay. There's something jovial about a good feast, so this is really good because we want to get impressions. This is what we came for. I'm going to look at the guest list, and if it looks like we're going to get a huge amount of really useful... most of these people have traits they share with me, but a lot of the time I don't need them to like me anymore. Not everybody does, though. I mean, she doesn't. Which is too bad, because that's someone I would have liked to have liked me, because we're not any of these things, that's for sure. No, it's a hunter. We're just gonna do what we came to do. We're here to be seen. Right? We're here to be seen. We're here to remind everybody how great a king we will be when the time comes. And we're gonna give her the toast, because again, our intent in bringing here was not to mock her, but it was to improve our relationship. To you, Countess Wolfwaru, your father served my grandfather and me well, and we thank you for it, and we hope that that will continue into the future. More speech. More speech. Better speech than me. Alright, so our vassals have gained some opinion, our courtly vassals have gained a little bit more, we gain 115 prestige, which is great. Progress towards Eager Reveler, which is even more people who will be affected by future feasts if we pick that option. Lose a bunch of stress that we didn't even have, and we gain a great banquet. Let us finish our feast and head home. We are now over 5,000. We are edging up there towards the place that we're trying to get to. We should probably check to see how the Pope feels about us. Not so great, but you know what we can do to fix that? We can use our... not so good. I was gonna say we could use this, but because we haven't switched to learning, our learning isn't that great, so... This is still a good enough chance. This is worth a shot. There's no better way that we will be able to, there's no better way that we'll be able to improve his liking of us than this. It's the one most likely to succeed. Sways are very hard against the Pope, unless you have a lot of benefits to them. So let's just run this out. Yeah, things are going quite well, I would say. This is going to be a problem, but we have already instituted the only solution to it, which we have. This is what? This is a grand tournament. This is a board game tournament. How far away is this? This is in the heart of Germany, which seems to have been born. It's not that far away. It's like the furthest into the continent that we've been in our life, at least. I mean, another way to gain prestige is to get out there and be seen, right? Okay. What is this? Oh. Well, I mean, this is a difficult situation. This is what we would want to do more. And this would probably be more useful if we could win. But if we don't win, we'll get no prestige. And that, I think, is the thing. It's more important to us to be known amongst our vassals and our local kingdoms than it is for us to be known across Europe. So that makes this a better choice. So we will definitely join our nephew's, he's not our nephew, we're his nephew, our uncle's hunt. Let's just correct this route so that we don't travel through so much dangerous territory. There we go, and then on the way back, we want to hit there, and then come up to here. Okay. Okay, I see what you did there. Then we're going to need something to make the boating easier, but we can probably just literally take a boat, which is half as much as mercenaries. 17 gold. That is a very efficient cost for a hunt. So let's go. It's not usually a good idea to select kill the beast on someone else's hunt because they won't always give you an opportunity to take the shot. Well, you can always give yourself an opportunity to take the shot. Oh, Adoeld, our grandfather's very good friend, has died. He is our court physician and our court tutor. We need to fix that right away because we have children to raise. So court physician, we have, oh, she's great. She's probably going to end up being the tutor, though. I don't know if I want to put both jobs on the same person. This woman, though, she's equally good. They're both average. I think we're going to make her the physician. And then we're going to make the guardian the tutor. She's an excellent tutor, which is what I was hoping. Her husband is also an excellent tutor, but we're going to make it her anyway. That makes sense. It's what we brought her here to do, was to teach children, so that's a thing. My ex-wife is now a free agent again. She did actually have a child, though. But that daughter was by her first husband, I think? Yeah, this guy. All right. And I think while we're on the road, we're going to bring this episode to an end. Thank you very much for watching and continuing to experience the life of this family with me. I hope to see you again next time we are here with Petty King Ordgar Ab Rickett, future King of Cornwall. Goodbye for now.